Yeah, I got the game all in my hand. Ooh, yeah.
What's going on, Laker fans? Welcome to Lakerland. I am Christian, Mr. All of the Above here. And of course, we are here to talk Los Angeles Lakers because now the season is getting closer and closer. We're pretty much done with the preseason. One game left as I record this. And I wanted to share some thoughts because yesterday, quote unquote, we saw some real rotation lineups. And so I'm here to talk about that, talk about what we've seen from preseason so far. It's easy to talk about what this team was or could have been on paper, but to actually see it on the court is a whole different idea and honestly a different makeup than probably what I thought originally. So I want to get right into it and talk about some of the preseason time we've seen and should we be concerned or is this season going to go okay? I like to start off by saying truthfully, and I'm going to die on this hill, it all depends if AD and Bron is healthy because it still is showing a few games into the preseason that a healthy Bron, regardless of what year he's in, year 20, year 25, it doesn't really even matter anymore. He's going to be great. So we're going to get a great LeBron this year. Again, pending health. I'm just going to assume health right now. And then Anthony Davis, he still looks like that guy. And that was never really a big question mark for me. Sure, there was some moments where I might have doubted a little bit if the hunger was there. But what we're seeing out of AD right now, I'm impressed. And now it's just a matter of, once again, staying healthy. And if we have LeBron James, if we have Anthony Davis, name a better duo. Currently in the league, name it. Okay, I heard KD, Kyrie. Listen, they got just as much bullshit we got to deal with, in all honesty. So KD, Kyrie, it's up in the. I'm not arguing against it, but have the Nets done anything the Lakers haven't? They haven't won a championship, so I'm gonna take them off the board. What we got, Curry and Clay? That's not who they used to be. I'm more scared of Warriors as an organization, but I'm not really all that threatened with the Warriors this year. They're fighting their own demons, literally. Okay, so we got Jokic and Murray, who, again, pending health. Murray's just coming back from a big injury. But I could see a world where maybe if he comes back to be that same exact person he was in the bubble, maybe. Again, likelihood low. Then what we got? Donovan Mitchell and Garland. Unproven so far. Embiid, Harden. I'm not buying it, Jack. Kawhi, PG. That is a duo that might be better than Bron and AD. I can argue. But same boat as us. And once again, what have they proven? AD and Bron, to my knowledge, unless you want to consider Giannis and Middleton, is the only duo that has won a championship. And it's just been them. Like, it was that in the supporting cast. This year, we got Bron and AD and hopefully a good supporting cast. So how has that supporting cast been? Well, I guess that's the ultimate question is how are we going to play this year? I thought the centers would have more of an impact than they have so far. It literally seems like it's going to be Bron and AD. And for the most part, maybe just 3 guards or 3 players smaller than them. And they're going to be told to, hey, just go out there and get it. Because it's going to be Bron and AD versus everybody else. That's our big two. That is our pillar, which is why I got to stress the importance of who has the best duo, because I still think it is us. But as far as that supporting cast so far, we've seen a decent amount of time from everybody. We haven't been all the way healthy just yet. Still haven't seen Troy Brown Jr. in action. Only seen pieces of Lonnie Walker in action. Dennis Schroeder has only got the one game that I seen him yesterday. But, we might know what to expect from Dennis. But let's go down, one by one. Let's talk about the centers first, because actually that's where I find it most fascinating. Regardless, I think we're in a better predicament than last year when DeAndre Jordan was our center to start off the year, because trauma. But Damian Jones, Thomas Bryant, they've been okay. I guess, I don't know if I can say I expected more, but they haven't really shown me a lot. And I also do think they haven't spent much time playing alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis. So naturally, I feel like more opportunities can open up for them if they share the floor with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. So I'm still kind of, I need more from both of the centers. I'm still pending my judgment on that as of now, but I haven't been blown away by either. And maybe it's, getting adjusted to the new system, because we've seen Damian Jones before. And, Thomas Bryant is, he's still coming back from an injury. So this is, I'm not going to say his first time playing competitive basketball in a while, because he did get pieces of last season. But we're trying to hopefully play championship basketball. But right now, we're just trying to play competent basketball. And they've been okay in those competent minutes. Haven't been like great, but haven't been poor at all. So I'm still holding off on judgment for them. I want to more so talk about the guards, because that is my fascination with this team. Obviously, on paper, the roster did seem like, well, we're missing a lot of wings, and we have a lot of guards. And I was intrigued to see how Darvin's approach would be at playing all these guards and finding the balance of all of them. And it really does seem like it's going to be Bron AD and maybe 3 guards for a lot of time. And I have some positives out of this, but I also obviously have the glaring negatives that are screaming at us in the face. The positives is that, one, we're going to have most likely a scoring punch that isn't Bron and AD always around. Because if it isn't, Nunn, or it isn't Schroeder, then maybe it's Westbrook. And if it isn't Westbrook, maybe it's Nunn, maybe it's Schroeder, maybe it's Walker, maybe it's Reeves. That can just be that third man any given night. And that's kind of what I would like out of it, is just to have, 3 guards that can all punch you in the face, and one of them is going to have a nice hook that day. Maybe not all of them, but one of them. And Bron and AD are going to hold up their end of the bargain, so we'll make it okay. That's how I'm trying to view that, if that makes sense. But at the same time, there is the glaring concerns that we are short, we are small, we are going to get out-rebounded, we are going to be undersized when it comes down to defending. Which, obviously, we got to talk about the defense we've been playing, which we can get to a little later. But this plays a part of that. It's hard to have a great defense if they can be good defenders. But if they're small, you can't make up for that. Patrick Beverley, I know they like to say he's a wing defender. He might be on some nights. But Kawhi Leonard and KD can punch him in the mouth a lot of times. I'm talking figuratively, of course. I'm not trying to get on none of the Draymond Green stuff. But it's going to be interesting we haven't really seen those matchups just yet. We've seen the Warriors, we've seen the Kings. We haven't seen a great forward to see how we adjust to it. And maybe when it comes down to it, that's when LeBron or Anthony Davis comes into play, but that's hard to do if they're playing up and they're playing the 4 and the 5. So that is a concern. That is going to continue to be a concern until we see more. And this is just, the whole point of preseason is just to throw things in the water, see what's swimming, see what's sinking, and taking it from there. And as far as our guards go, I haven't seen anybody sink just yet. We'll get into him in just 1 second, I know. But as far as Nunn, I wasn't even expecting quality minutes out of Nunn this year. And I've liked him. He's been awesome. I mean, it's kind of what I expected last year, but I forgot that expectation I even placed upon the gentleman, because he was gone all of last year, but he looks like he's healthy now. He looks like he's probably our best shooter. He looks like a great shot creator. He looks like he's going to give you effort on the defensive end. And this is what I'm saying. If he's one of 4 threats that can give you 15, I'm cool with that. And let's talk about some of the other ones. Dennis Schroeder. Haven't seen any of him just yet, really, but I think I feel even more comfortable after hearing him speak, because the man does sound more humbled. And you kind of have to be after, folding the bag, as he knows what happens. He can say that a contract was never presented. It's called an offer, but he might not have it in front of him to sign. But I believe that he knows that he has to play a different role than what he did before. And this role might be way more suitable for him. He has a good relationship with Darvin. I feel already more comfortable in trusting Dennis than maybe, Russell Westbrook. But I'm I'm cool with Dennis. We'll see him into the mix more, but we have him on the team now. And I'm excited to see him in this system for sure. Patrick Beverley, what has he brung so far? Well, pretty much exactly what I expected. Everybody seems to be fighting hard. I can't say that it's because of Patrick Beverley, but he's not going to let you not bring the fight. A couple little, fouls that he's kind of tricking the system a little bit, which I'm okay with some free points. Those free points can win you games. Just ultimately that intensity that comes with a Patrick Beverley team and comes with Patrick Beverley minutes on the floor. So, Pat Bev is my guy. Shake my hand, sir. But we also got Austin Reeves. We also got Lonnie Walker. Then we also got Russell Westbrook. So, Austin Reeves, how is he looking year 2? I don't think as, sharp as I don't know why I had, the best. I had a really high expectation where he can just come in and kill. He is an undrafted player. Part of why he was so successful last year and such a bright point last year is because everything else was so low. So I don't want to put the most pressure on him whatsoever. But regardless, he looks like a player that if we were to go into the finals tomorrow, and you know what, call me crazy if you want. If we were to go into the finals tomorrow, I can say, you know what, I think I trust Austin Reeves more than 75% of the roster. I think he solidified himself enough for that he's going to make the right play and at least be a positive asset on the floor. I have very little moments that I'm watching him, and I think he's hurting the game right now. There's usually he just adds to it, whether it's a good rebound, whether it's just how he's pushing the pace, whether it's just him making little cuts, to drive people away from other defenders and other offensive players. It's Austin Reeves does all the little things that matter in a basketball game, and I just need to see his shot be more consistent, and he's good money with me. Lonnie Walker just sprained his ankle, hoping everything's okay, but he's looking good. And I very much so viewed Lonnie Walker as a THT replacement. And I'm not going to lie, I see more value in Lonnie Walker than THT. Especially he's on half the contract THT is on, and the man looks a little more ready than THT, a lot more ready than THT did. He's a bucket. He's getting to the rim creatively, athletically, and also finishing. His shot seems like... I'm still skeptical about his shot. He seems like somebody who always has been able to shoot, but it's just NBA is NBA, so that comes with a different bit of pressure. It comes with a different bit of speed. So it's just a matter of him getting it all together. I'm fully confident that he can be a great shooter, or at least a decently great, 36-37% shooter, which we can definitely use. But he just hasn't got all the way there yet. So regardless, he does seem like he can at least hopefully take the shot when it's offered to him, which is more than, what Dennis used to do for us. So not to, put salt in wounds, but definitely. I'm excited for Lonnie Walker. Athletic, young, gifted, and, I think he's trying on defense right now. And he's also trying to find a bucket while on the court with Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and Russell Westbrook. And that's hunger that we're going to need to have on this team as well. But let's talk about the elephant in the room. And it seems, regardless what room you're in, he is going to be the elephant. And that is, of course, the one, the only, Russell Westbrook. I would like to once again start off by saying I am rooting for Russ. I've seen good minutes of Russell Westbrook in the preseason, and I've been pretty confident in what I've saw. I think that if we get the Russ that is cutting and, just being active off the ball, as well as not making dumb decisions when he has the ball in his hands and thinking that he can just take over. I'm cool if he gets superstar moments where he wants the ball, wants to go, wants to do his thing. But the thing is, I'm afraid that when he gets comfortable of doing that, that comfortability can drive us down a rabbit hole that we do not want to go down. We do not want to go down a Russell Westbrook play style of the Lakers. We want a Lakers play style featuring Russell Westbrook. So we've seen him look a little different in the sense of, he's been active off the ball. He's been cutting. He's a lot more drives to the rim. I can't act like I've seen like a ton of like effort on the defensive end, but it's enough that I'm competent with for sure. Still, turnovers are high, and there's still a little bit of morale questionality. There's videos floating around right now of him, whether it's shying away from the Pat Bev huddle in the middle of the game, like just a sporadic, like, hey, let's just get together and let's figure something out real quick. And then there's also like the intro huddle where he wasn't participating in it either. And I'm not going to drag those out. I really do not want to hinder over one moment or two moments and make it seem like the end of the world, because I'm not invested that deep to caring. I care about what you can provide on the court, and maybe I should give more into that, and maybe I should give it more attention than what I might be giving it now, because he's not being a part of the team, he's not buying in all the way. But I'm a little forgiving just due to the fact that his name is being traded up in the air right now, and like I feel like the pressure is definitely on him to succeed in this system. And listen, if you can be traded at any given night, I'm not mad if you're a little mad. So ultimately, my question is, will that get in the way of us? Because these trade rumors are not going to go away until the trade deadline is gone. So now if this is a continuing action throughout the year, that's when it might become a real conflict. But, I feel like he has a bad game, and the man name would float around the trade. Listen, in general, I feel like a lot of people are rooting for him to fail. I'm not rooting for him to fail because I want the Lakers to win. What I'm glad about this year, however, is if he fails, I don't think it really makes a difference for the Lakers, because he just won't play, which is awesome for us. At least I hope. I really do. I really hope that that's the case. And ultimately, if Russell Westbrook does not work out, and I'm tired of having this conversation, so I'm going to end it here. But if Russell Westbrook does not work out and we flip him for a trade, at that point, those assets are just going to do wonders for us. It doesn't matter what we do. If we get Miles Turner, I'm awesome with that. I'm ecstatic. If we get Buddy Hield, awesome. We need that. We need a shooter. We need a 3-and-D. I know he doesn't play much defense, but we at least need a wing. If we do something with the Spurs, if we do something with the Hornets, I'm all game for that. But right now we got Russ on the team. And we have, a little bit of a formula that maybe we can succeed with. My main concern is that we're just too small. And we still lack the wings that when a Juan Toscano-Anderson can't play like he couldn't last night against the Timberwolves, we're forced with only playing guards. And that's where it gets scary. There was a 4-guard lineup out there with AD yesterday, and I was scared about that. We didn't look horrible, which was surprising, but it gives me PTSD from last year, man. I don't know, no, Mutombo. Please, no. I don't want none of that, man. Last year was a damn nightmare. So, I'm interested to see how we still make this work, because injuries are going to happen. We're already seeing it with Troy Brown. I'm not worried about the Toscano-Anderson, but Lonnie Walker. AD's already sat a few games. I know he wants to play all 82, but let's be real here. It gets a little concerning. So Rob Pelinka he's our GM, just the way Russell Westbrook is our player. Rob Pelinka is our GM, just signed an extension, a pretty one, aligned with the coach. He's good. So they got to be confident in this. Ultimately, if it doesn't work, we can just ship Russell Westbrook, and maybe we can fix some things. But until then, we have to make what we see work. And I have seen it work a little bit. I've seen a lot of moments in the preseason, Lakers have been winning the basketball game. The last preseason game, which showed our real rotations, that was a concerning game for me. But the other preseason games, we've been winning the starter minutes. We've been honestly looking really, really good. I'm confident about this year, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm thinking about DraftKinging some money before the season starts, and if the championship odds look good for the Lakers, I might hit them because we have Bron and Anthony Davis. So should we be concerned? We should only be concerned about health. If Bron and AD are playing, we can figure the rest of it out. I think we have still some options, and I'm pretty satisfied with what I've seen so far. I'm satisfied with the way we've been playing basketball. I'm satisfied with the fire we seem to have under us. Honestly, the offense seems to be in a lot better position than what I thought it would be. I'm just afraid that when it comes down to it, it can be a repeat of last year with a lack of shooting, a lack of size, and injuries that can screw up your whole organization of your lineups and rotations. So those fears are still there, and there has been nothing to alleviate those fears. So that's where I currently am at. I am going to be optimistic that 18 is still on the way, but things are going to have to go right. The system is going to have to be played. I trust in Darvin Ham. I do. Again, PTSD with the 4-guard lineup. I saw a very dark, distorted future, and it was not a pretty one. But I'm going to Doctor Strange my way out of some different possibilities, and we'll see if we can hit that 1 in 4,840,000, whatever the number might have been. That brings us another championship, ladies and gentlemen, because that's what we're here for. We're here to hopefully bring on and talk about a championship season of the Los Angeles Lakers. If you guys haven't been watching the Legacy documentary on Hulu, go watch that. God, I think they just finished it a few days ago, and the Kobe Bryant episode in the 2020 season. What a wow, emotions. Very great doc. Definitely recommend you watching that. And watch that and know that Jeannie Buss, you can say whatever you want about the ownership of the Lakers, that maybe they're cheap, just naturally because of how their business is the Lakers. They are a family business. With that being said, because they're a family business, they kind of bank on the Lakers being good. So if the Lakers aren't good, that affects their pockets. And I really do think Jeannie's with the championship talk. And I really do like seeing her go through what she went through to win that one in 2020. I feel pretty good at hoping that she knows what Laker fans want, in the sense of we want a championship. Half the time, I don't care how we get there, as long as we get there. So let's see if we get there, guys. It's going to be a season to talk about. I will be most likely dropping a video after that Warriors game with me and my man's Dens, but we'll see when we get there. I don't like to put any promises out there. But in the meantime, in between time, please give us a like, comment, share, subscribe, and hey, if I don't see you, have a good evening, good night. I always butcher it. Have a good day, guys. Enjoy.
Yeah, I got the game all in my hand, ooh, and yeah. Pop out with the drip and make a fan drool. You could risk it if you want, this ain't no fan duel. Yeah, I'm in a Benz cool, yeah, stepping for the breeze.